In this video, we will look at noun numbers. Noun numbers are either singular or plural. Pen, pens. Book, books. Watch, watches. Glass, glasses. That's pretty much the difference between singular noun numbers and plural noun numbers. So how do we identify errors pertaining to noun numbers in a context? Well, you identify the subject, and then decide if it's singular or plural, and then look at the following noun phrase or noun and see if it corresponds to that, right? And there will be some clue words in the context that can also help you arrive at the answer. So let's apply this learning and learn to identify errors pertaining to noun numbers through some example sentences.
Now let's look at our first example. Hectic schedules can take a toll on anybody, and the solutions to this is a quick holiday to some exotic location. Alright, so sentence divided into 4 parts. The fifth option is no error. Hectic schedules can take a toll on anybody, and the solutions to this is a quick holiday to some exotic location. Let's understand the meaning that the sentence is conveying first. So basically what the sentence is saying is, if you have a very hectic schedule, then it's very likely that you will be tired, you will have a burnout, and it's important for you to take a vacation just to relax and to recuperate or rejuvenate yourself. So that's what this context is saying. And there is also a solution provided in the context. What is that? A quick holiday to some exotic location. So there is a clue word again in this context. What's the clue word? Your indefinite article a, right? Which means it's talking about one solution which is mentioned in the context, and that is a quick holiday to some exotic location. But if we move back to part 3, it says the solutions with S, which says it's a plural form, but only one solution is given here. So what do I need to change here? I just change the S, delete the S, wherein the solution matches one solution that is provided in the context. So let's make that change. So the error is in part 3. Hectic schedules can take a toll on anybody, and the solution to this is a quick holiday to some exotic location. So the error is in part 3. We've gone ahead and made that change from solutions to solution. Let's look at our second example. The manager of that city branch cannot handle it with the help of only 2 personnel, as business has increased substantially. Sentence divided into 4 parts. Fifth part says no error. Let's find out if there is any error in this example sentence. The manager of that city branch cannot handle it with the help of only 2 personnel, as business has increased substantially. Now again, in terms of, because it's noun numbers that we're looking at numbers, right? Is there a number mentioned in this example? Yes, there is 2, right? But the word after that, personnel, does not refer to 2. Personnel means a staff, more than 2. We're talking about more than 2 people, but because we specifically have 2 mentioned here, all we need to do is make that change to this word, personnel, to modify or complement the number 2. So personnel becomes persons, right? Manager of that city branch cannot handle it with the help of only 2 persons, as business has increased substantially. Alright, so the error is in part 3. Let's look at example 3. It is important not to direct people too much and to let them find their own way. Okay, so who are we talking about here? We're talking about people. It is important not to direct people too much and to let them find their own way. Do you think there is any problem in this sentence? Is there an error, or we can just select no error, option 5, and move on? Noun numbers, keep that in mind. We're looking at people, which means more than 1 person, of course, right? It's a plural subject here. It is important not to direct people too much and to let them find their own. Have you been able to identify the error? Right. His way, her way, their ways, right? So here, the error is in part 4. We just add an S to way. to complement and modify people. So let's make that change. Right? So it is important not to direct people too much and to let them find their own ways. We're talking about each of those people's ways.
So all you need to do now is look out for those clue words in the context, which is going to make it easier for you to crack the answer and identify the right answer option. Keep practicing. Let's move to our next component in finding errors.